Lovebirds, let this be a lesson that some dates should come with a warning label. Tonight's tale takes us to a cozy little restaurant in Newton, where Julie's charming blind date soon leads her down a dark, twisting path. When curiosity lures her into the basement, she encounters a cursed painting that traps the unsuspecting forever.
Newton, Massachusetts, with its tree-lined streets and historic charm, seemed like the perfect place for a romantic evening. Julie had been excited about her blind date all week, set up by a mutual friend who insisted they'd be perfect together. She arrived early at the charming little restaurant, the soft glow of candlelight and the scent of freshly baked bread filling the air. Her date, David, arrived shortly after. He was tall, with a warm smile and an easygoing demeanor. They chatted effortlessly over dinner, finding common interests and sharing stories. Everything seemed perfect, almost too perfect. As the evening progressed, Julie couldn't shake a growing sense of unease. It was nothing she could pinpoint, just a feeling in the pit of her stomach. David was charming and attentive, but there was something off about him. Something she couldn't quite put her finger on. Their conversation turned to local legends and ghost stories. David seemed particularly interested in the macabre, recounting tales of haunted houses and restless spirits. Julie laughed nervously, trying to shake off her discomfort. But when David started talking about a cursed painting rumored to be hidden in Newton, her unease deepened. "There's a story about a painting," David began, his voice lowering conspiratorially. "They say it was created by an artist who went mad. Anyone who sees it is cursed, doomed to live out their worst fears." Julie shivered, half expecting him to laugh and reveal it was all a joke. But David's expression remained serious, almost fascinated. He leaned in closer, his eyes gleaming in the candlelight. "The painting is supposed to be hidden in this very restaurant." Julie forced a smile. "That's just a story, right? Something to scare the tourists?" David shrugged, his smile never reaching his eyes. "Maybe, but I've always been curious about it." As the evening wore on, Julie excused herself to the restroom, needing a moment to collect her thoughts. When she returned, she found David standing by a door at the back of the restaurant, a curious look on his face. "I asked the owner about the painting," David said, gesturing to the door. "It's down in the basement. Want to take a look?" Julie hesitated, the uneasy feeling intensifying. "I don't think that's a good idea." But David's curiosity was insistent. "Come on, just a quick peek. It could be fun." Reluctantly, Julie followed him down a narrow staircase into the basement. The air was cool and damp, the walls lined with old wine barrels and crates. At the far end of the room, covered by a dusty cloth, was the painting. David approached it eagerly, pulling back the cloth in a flourish. Julie gasped, recoiling at the sight. The painting depicted a nightmarish landscape, twisted and dark, with shadowy figures lurking in the background. The central figure, a ghastly visage with hollow eyes, seemed to stare directly at them. For a moment, everything went silent. The air grew thick, and Julie felt a cold chill run down her spine. The shadows in the painting seemed to move, the figures shifting and writhing. The central figure's eyes glowed, and Julie felt as if they were boring into her soul. David stared at the painting, transfixed, his face twisted into an expression of horror, his eyes wide and unblinking. I can't look away," he whispered, his voice trembling. Julie grabbed his arm, trying to pull him back. "David, we need to go!" But David was rooted to the spot, his eyes locked on the painting. The room seemed to close in around them, the shadows stretching out like dark tendrils. Julie screamed, pulling with all her might, but David wouldn't budge. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut and the lights flickered. Julie felt a force pulling her away from David, her vision blurring. She stumbled back, falling against a stack of crates. When she looked up, David was gone. The painting, now fully visible, showed the same nightmarish landscape, but the central figure had changed. It now bore David's terrified face, his eyes wide and pleading. Julie scrambled up the stairs, her heart pounding. She burst into the restaurant, gasping for breath. The restaurant staff found the basement empty, the painting gone. There was no trace of David, no sign that he had ever been there. Julie left Newton that night, shaken and haunted by the events. The story of her date of doom became a local legend, a cautionary tale about the dangers of curiosity. And somewhere in the shadows, the cursed painting waited, ready to trap its next unsuspecting victim.